Thanks for visiting the patient and the weather. Today, I'm meteorologist Al Peterlin. I'd like to talk about the weather health risk for January 9th, 2026. We do keep additional graphics available at tpatw.com. And of course, we maintain a patient weather storefront on Amazon. Amazon purchases made through our patient weather storefront support the activities of patient weather. Friday does look like an active weather day for much of the country. However, you can see high pressure dominating the west, and really temperatures across the west from the plains west will be falling. And there is a massive cold front hanging all the way from upstate New York, clear across Erie, down to Memphis, all the way to Houston, with lots of unsettled weather ahead and along the front to the east, and especially here in the southeast, some really significant possible summertime convection. We still have some snow back here in the plains, all the way across the Texas, Oklahoma Panhandle, up to Des Moines. Looking at our vitality index, it's just one big rosy red apple, and it does show that we're talking about some significant risk of some type of weather health risk across almost all of the country except the southeast, really from Louisiana back over into Georgia down into Florida. And of course, looking at pressure change, which is all of one of those driving influences for weather health risk. And you'll see that rising pressure is stretching all the way from the Pacific coast, the California coast, clear across Texas, and then on up into the middle Mississippi Valley and up to the Great Lakes. High pressure dominant across the 2/3 of the country, especially the west. In the east, we have a little bit of falling pressure still from in New England, running down through central Pennsylvania, across to New Jersey, over and up and across all of New England. Temperature change, of course, is reflective of that massive cold front. You can see cold air flowing all the way through the western, really 2/3 of the country. Warm air here ahead of the front yet before that front passes, all the way from the Carolinas up through New England. Looking at dew point temperatures, pretty reflective, same thing. We have falling dew point temperatures here in the west, everywhere west of the Appalachians, rising dew points, especially here in the east, ahead of the front. One little area of very extreme interest is down in the southeast. We talked about some convective activity, and you'll note that we have falling dew point temperatures here, sharp, and then rising dew point temperatures here significantly across Louisiana into Mississippi. So a very little area of extreme activity. And then we still have that massive influx of vapor here in the New England area. Putting all back that into the looking at the change in oxygen availability, again, we have that risk of migraine, especially in the west, picking up here in Southern California, but quite massive across the four corners into the middle Mississippi and the high plains, and then very significant in the Midwest, running across Arkansas, Missouri, Illinois, southern Wisconsin, southern Minnesota. Then jumping to the east ahead of that front, we have that risk of asthma and arthritis all the way from Georgia across the Carolinas into West Virginia, Pennsylvania, all the way up and across New England, especially intense here in upstate New York and Vermont and New Hampshire. One little area of rather difference, and you can see that here, south of the front itself in southern Florida, still a risk of migraine as we pick up the risk of asthma and arthritis here, where the frontal system will be seeming to dangle. Thanks for visiting the patient and the weather today. Your comments are appreciated. And if you hurt, let us know where you're located.